One of the greatest gifts I can give you is the perspective of how to approach a compromised posture like a scoliosis or a kyphosis. It's not one exercise, it's not one morning routine, it's not one thing that is going to change your life. It's going to be a new perspective that will build your best posture as you continue through life. There's no shortcuts, there's no quick fixes. There is only a perspective that will help you prioritize and stay on track for the long term. Our relationship with gravity is a long-term relationship, so let's bring in some awareness. And today, let's bring in some awareness into the first moments upon waking, when our brains are in a susceptible state. The things we look at, the ideas that we hold, the movements that we create are all super important, because if we win the first few minutes of waking up, if we win the first hour of waking up, if we win the first few hours of waking up, we win the morning. And when you win the morning, you win the day. When you win the day, you win the week. When you win the week, you win the year. When you win the year, you win the life. So when I wake up, I'm here getting some water, getting some hydration. I might put some salt in the water for some extra electrolytes. I'm then taking in the sunshine. I'm looking at the sun. If it's low enough, if I've gotten up early enough, I'm connecting with my breath. I'm finding reasons to be grateful. I'm looking around and enjoying and being grateful to be experiencing nature, to be feeling the breath that is circulating through my body. And so once I've got hydration, sunlight, gratitude, the next thing is usually movement. I'm feeling into my body, I'm moving around, I'm exploring any different tightnesses or tensions that may be housed deep inside. I check in with myself. You guys are seeing here on this channel all of these workouts that I'm doing. Each workout is profoundly transforming in my body. And so I take these moments to check in and see where I'm at. This morning, I'm feeling into this kind of progression towards a handstand. One of the benchmarks that I'm working towards in my life, and that I have been for many years, is a handstand. I have an extra challenge to pull it off because I have a structural, very severe 85-degree kyphoscoliosis, essentially a fixed corkscrew in the middle of my spine. Being able to touch the floor and put my hands flat on the floor in a forward bend took me a long time. So this is a much longer path to get to these kind of poses in compared to a normal spine. But that path has provided so many fruits in my life. It has made me a stronger and more resilient person than I ever would have become if I had had a normal spine. So in this motion in particular, it's a profoundly intense pose for me, because being able to sustain myself through the flat palms in this position, it requires me to be able to generate strength through my entire chain on the front and the back, but especially along the lower back and the mid back, places that may not have felt or needed to generate strength and force before. And so by doing this forward bend, moving into a handstand, I've become aware of a lot of compression in there. And in this position, it decompresses, and with my diaphragmatic breathing, so I'm breathing into the lower back, into the sides of the rib cage. I'm now starting to generate some mobility by starting to walk around through this motion, generating wiggle room. So my perspective here is, well, okay, if there's tension and tightness here, then one, I need to infiltrate it with my breath and bring calm and relaxation into that area. If I feel that I'm able to release those restrictions, I can wiggle and create expansion with my breath to restore coordinated, stable strength in that area. And I feel alignment happening. One of the advantages, the benefits of having this very severe kyphoscoliosis is that I can very tangibly experience the alignment and the elongation that happens. Like I literally can fluctuate inches throughout the day, or just by breathing differently or activating tension or relaxation in different parts of my posture. So my curve has a concavity on the left side of my thoracic, and so by holding my left hand higher here, I'm basically lifting up the shoulder girdle to allow the rotation of the rib cage on the left side to go towards the back. And this hip hinge helps the glutes get tucked. My lower abs are pushing down, so I'm basically creating this space for some alignment to happen here. But again, I'm not doing a full workout here. I'm really just waking up and becoming aware and locking in any gains that might be a bit easier there. Today is a rest day, so I'm not going to push myself. I've made the mistake before of pushing myself too much. You know, working out every day and going to the gym for 2-hour, 3-hour, 4-hour sessions and not paying attention to my nervous system, which ultimately is the system that's going to be managing and processing all of these changes that happen. And there's a balance of pushing it so that it can tolerate more and training it to tolerate more and more. But at the same time, when it's fried and it needs time to rest and recover. So have that in your routine. Have those days where you give your body that time to rest and recover. Be patient with yourself. Expect that this is a lifelong commitment. There's no exercise or workout that we can do and then going back to our old thoughts, our old habits, our old being. Our old being is made from the thoughts that we held on to. So this is a process of letting go older versions of ourselves. Find poses, find exercises, find activities that you want to do that is going to require you to transform. This perspective is about becoming the person that you need to be to do what you want to do. If it's showing up for your family, if it's doing extreme sports or activities, if it's finding balance and health and like that life force, vital energy flow in your body, then find the exercises that are going to promote that, where you can practice being that. If I want to be ready for anything, then I have to be ready to move my body in different positions in different ways, and generating force in this upside down position it's targeting my weakness. It's targeting something that I'm not going to come across opportunities in my everyday life to go through these kind of motions. So I have to create them. If you don't use it, you'll lose it. These first few moments upon waking is really where you're setting an intention for the day, and that intention will be challenged as you continue through the day. So the more you practice getting your intention set each day, the more success you're going to have. Being able to flow with what life throws at you, but being able to make moves towards your intention. It's a balance of intention and flow. And in your body, that is represented by where you hold tension and where you have relaxation. In order to stand up, we have to have a little bit of tension, but ideally we have as little tension as possible. Our best posture is effortless. It's balanced, it's stacked, it's not obstructing flow in our body. But when we have a compromise, like a kyphosis or a scoliosis, our body goes to work and activates tension in different areas to naturally brace and prevent and support the posture, which is great. It prevents a disaster. But after years and years of holding that compensated brace, your body will be subconsciously and unconsciously activating tension in many areas that are potentially dangerous for your most optimal systemic flow of energy in the body. It happened to me. My midsection was being choked out because the bracing, my hip flexors going to work to hold up my posture had essentially began to become so out of whack, imbalanced, and inflamed that they were starting to choke out my digestive system. Even my lymphatic system started shutting down because of that compression due to those compensations. That's why most of my previous 7 years has been about unraveling more than it has been about strength and fortification. I have 3 phases that I recommend everyone goes through that I use every day. Every day I will be doing a combination of 1, unraveling, 2, aligning, and 3, fortifying. this first step of unraveling is what so many people miss when they try to do these door frame stretches to change their posture. They're not unraveling their entire myofascial structure, which has been cemented essentially as scaffolding in their old posture. So when you try to stretch your arms and pull your head back, you're just going to fall back into essentially the same place, and it feels like you just can't hold yourself up. You gotta unravel first. If you want to get started on the path I'm on, head over to posturedojo.com. There's a free protocol to help you.